affirm
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and of the State of Oregon,
and of the State of Oregon,
the City Charter
the City Charter
of the City of Philomath,
of the City of Philomath,
and the ordinances
and the ordinances
and resolutions of said city,
and resolutions of said city,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
faithfully perform the duties
of mayor
for the City of Philomath, Oregon,
for the City of Philomath, Oregon,
during my continuance therein.
during my continuance therein. Wow, well, thank you all very much for being here. I was telling a few folks before, I was honestly not sure how many people we would get, and this is more than I think we thought. So I'm very flattered. I'm sorry to those of you in the back who are standing. There are a few little seats if you want to, nudge your way in. But as anyone before will tell you, and as I think our city manager mentioned at the beginning, it is impossible to do this work without the support of our family, our friends, and our loved ones. So if we could all just take a moment to recognize the incredible people in this room who helped get all of us here and who help make our community a better place every day. We also know that we could not do this work alone. We are only successful in our endeavors thanks to the work of dedicated city staff and other partners in local, county, state, and federal government, a few of which are in the room with us this afternoon, evening, whatever time it is. So let's give another round of applause to our partners and our staff here at the city. And I do specifically want to recognize our outgoing mayor, Chaz Jones, as well as our former and outgoing city councilors who are wrapping up their terms. I'm very grateful for your service and your leadership. Thank you for literally paving the way for us. And finally, I want to take a moment to appreciate all of you. We need active, engaged community members to make this town and every community tick. So please give yourselves a round of applause for caring about Philomath and its future. We need you. I am so hopeful for the future of Philomath. Before we head out and embark on the next 4 years, I want to offer a brief reflection on the road that we've traveled, as well as a preview of the road that lies ahead. And I will warn you ahead of time, I may engage in some overuse of analogies and a little bit of indulgence and sentimentality, but that is what you get for electing me. You'll notice up here the blank canvas that I placed on the stage, and I'm going to take a little bit of time to explain why that's up here with me. As anyone who's driven down our main street can see, Philomath has accomplished a lot over the past few years. Our downtown is refreshed, walkable, and inviting, and we've already seen new businesses move in and build up. We've opened the new Paul J. Cochran Veterans Memorial Park, and we'll have a new water reservoir and treatment plant coming online within the year. We connected neighborhoods with the South 16th Street extension, improving safety and access for kids, parents, and buses in and around Philomath schools. And with the help of our state partners, we're rebuilding the fire-damaged Philomath Frolic and Rodeo grandstands and making them more accessible in the process, including with flushable toilets. We know what the people want. And under the surface, we've replaced and are continuing to replace miles of aging water and sewer lines, and we've improved our resiliency with a backup power generator on Starlight Summit. And we have several other projects in progress. We're expanding the Philomath Community Library. We have more park upgrades coming. And I want to be clear, these are amazing achievements, especially for a town of our size. But the reality is, many of these projects have been years, if not decades, in the making. My time on City Council has been largely spent fulfilling the promises, plans, and visions of the councilors and mayors that came before me. The picture of Philomath that we see today has been painted by thousands of hands over many years. But we are rapidly filling up that canvas with the sketches from a decade ago now painted in full color just outside these windows. So that leaves us with a question, and a question I am very excited for. What's next? In the same way the councilors and mayors before us envisioned the projects that we can see and touch today, we now have a responsibility to start sketching out the blueprints for tomorrow. What do we want our community to look like 10 years from now, 20 years from now? What projects will we undertake? What problems will we solve? As we wrap up the major projects of the last decade, we turn to a new chapter. We're starting today with a blank canvas, an incredible opportunity to paint the vision of our town's future. And while the people on this stage and the people in City Hall will play a big role in that effort, we will only be a piece of the puzzle. To be successful, we need the input and engagement of everyone in our community. And you all know, Philomath is a community full of diverse perspectives and experiences. I think anyone who's ever lived here would tell you that. We all have many neighbors with very different political ideologies or worldviews, but we come together around a genuine love for our town, a shared desire to make it better. Everyone, every single person, comes into the world as a blank canvas. No one is born with political views, favorite movies, or opinions on curveball bouts on Main Street. Those blank canvases that we are born with are painted in bright, beautiful colors by the experiences of our lives. Every year and every passing moment adds a new brushstroke. And we are fortunate to be here in this room tonight, surrounded by incredible works of art by Philomath area artists. If you haven't taken a look at art, I encourage you to check them out after the program. Although we may not all be painters or artists, I hope we take inspiration from their work and know that all of our talents, experiences, and viewpoints are equally important. We now need those beautiful, vibrant colors from each of our individual lives to fill our town's canvas. I ask you to please stay engaged as we embark on this next chapter. We quite literally cannot do it without you. What do you want Philomath to be? Envision it on that canvas. How do you want Philomath to feel? Picture what it would look like here. That blank canvas is our window into the future, and it's up to all of us what it will look like. I see a Philomath that is the best place in Oregon to grow up, where every kid can feel loved and supported, and every adult has a community and opportunities to thrive. A place where people know their neighbors, maybe they cheer on their Friday night lights, and hey, who knows, maybe they even walk to a grocery store. If you close your eyes, should have paused. If you close your eyes, what do you see? Finally, I see a place where we don't run from the future, but we run towards it. I think there's a common misconception that we can either embrace our traditions or embrace the future. I don't buy that. I think we can and we must do both. After all, where should we look for inspiration, for guidance, for hope? Where should we look to help us paint our canvas for the future? Luckily, we have so much to learn about our future by looking to our past. We are in a historical museum, after all, and I draw so much guidance from the stories of our town's history. From the Mount Union Cemetery, donated just a year after the outbreak of the Civil War by former enslaved laborers Reuben and Mary Jane Shipley, as a place for both Black and white residents to rest side by side. From the Philomath Community Library, built not by contractors or by government, but by dedicated community volunteers who came together to raise a library like you raise a barn, and in doing so, helped give this town its moniker, the City of Volunteers. And from the very building we are in today, the former site of the Philomath College, and just up the hill behind us, the College of Philomath. two institutions of learning that gave this town its name, Philomath, or lover of learning in Greek. Let us allow this history to guide us. Let us come together, side by side, recommit ourselves to volunteering, to learning, and to always working to make Philomath the best place it can possibly be for every single person who lives here. Let's paint our campus with bright, beautiful colors and give our community a vision for an amazing future. So let's do this together for the love of Philomath. Thank you again for being here. I encourage you to have some treats, and there's one final thing we have to do before we go, which is that it's actually Counselor Caseman's birthday today.